Welcome back to Inglés 4.0, the radio show. Let's go! Intermediate. Welcome back. Yes, welcome, intermediate students, to Class 27. As always, we're going to start with a review of what we saw in the last class. We were looking at, back in Class 26, to have trouble. To have trouble followed by the gerund. Have trouble going. Have trouble coming. Have trouble seeing. Have trouble doing. I have trouble understanding accents in Spanish. The accents. I have trouble understanding the southern accents. I have trouble understanding people from Cádiz. I have trouble understanding people from Cádiz. I have trouble understanding people from Almería sometimes when they speak Spanish. Yes. I have trouble understanding certain regional accents. I have trouble understanding. Yes. I have trouble understanding Italian, but I understand it better than Chinese. I was in China once and I didn't understand anything. I had trouble understanding the people because they didn't speak any English and I didn't speak really any Chinese. So it was very difficult because we had trouble understanding each other. So let's practice here. Let me give you some examples. In fact, I'll just ask you some questions. Do you have trouble eating the whole sandwich? Yes, I have trouble eating the whole sandwich. And yesterday, did you have trouble eating the whole sandwich? Yes, I had trouble eating the whole sandwich. Did you have trouble getting through to him? Yes, I had trouble getting through to him. So to get through to means to make contact with someone, typically by telephone. To get through to someone, typically by telephone. I couldn't get through to him. I tried calling all day, but I couldn't get through to him. I just couldn't get through to him. Did you have trouble breaking the ice? Rompiendo el hielo. Breaking the ice. Did you have trouble breaking the ice? Yes, I had trouble breaking the ice. Did you have trouble starting the engine? It was very cold. Yes, I had trouble starting the engine. When it's very cold in Canada, sometimes it's 20 degrees below zero. 20 bajo cero. It's incredibly cold. And we have trouble starting the engine. I used to have a diesel car, and I had a lot of trouble starting the engine on those very, very cold days. Did you have trouble dealing with her? Yes, I have trouble dealing with her. Do you have trouble seeing it? If I hold something far away, I could say, will you? In the future, with the conditional, if I hold it far away, will you have trouble seeing it? Yes. If you hold it far away, I will have trouble seeing it. Do you have trouble opening pill bottles? Those bottles of paracetamol, for example, paracetamol. Do you have trouble opening pill bottles? Yes, I have trouble opening pill bottles. Do you have trouble working with him? Yes, I have trouble working with him. He's a difficult guy to work with. I have trouble working with him. Do you have trouble hearing the difference between my accent and Alberto's accent? Do you have trouble hearing the difference? Do you have trouble noticing the difference? Yes, I have trouble noticing the difference. I don't think you do, though. I think our accents are very different. My accent and Alberto's accent they are very different. Do you have trouble getting home at night from work? Do you have trouble getting home? No, I don't have trouble getting home. Do you have trouble opening doors sometimes? Opening locks? Unlocking things? Unlocking doors? Because I do. In reality, I do. I often have trouble opening locks. I'm not a good person for locks. I'm not a locksmith. Cerrajero, you say, I believe. A locksmith. I'm not a locksmith. I have trouble opening locks. Even when I have the key, for some reason I have trouble opening locks. Do you have trouble cooking paella? Because I do. Yes, I have trouble cooking paella, Kyle, because I try it and I just can't get it right. The rice is either too hard or it's overdone and it's too soft. I just can't do it. I have trouble cooking paella. Personally, I have trouble cooking paella, but I don't have trouble eating it as long as it's well done, as long as it is well prepared. All right. Now we saw, in the last class, we saw the phrasal verb to put on. To put on a coat, for example. I put on my coat when it's cold. Vestirse, to put on a coat. Do you put on shorts in the summer? Yes, I put on shorts in the summer. Now, we can also use put on. This is a meaning that I have not yet explained. To put on, I can put on an accent. I can put on an accent. I can put on an accent. If I speak like this, it's because I'm putting on an accent. I'm putting on an accent right now. I am. I'm putting on an accent. There you go. I put on an accent. I put on an accent. Normally put on is with clothes. Vestirse. Ponerse ropa, I suppose, to put on clothes. But we can put on accents, yes, as well. Every morning I put on my shoes. I put on my left shoe and then I put on my right shoe. But before I put on my shoes, I have to put on my socks. Before I put on my socks, I put on my underwear. And then I put on my pants. And then I put on my socks. And then I put on my shoes. Actually, that's not true because first, before my shoes, I put on my shirt. If I'm wearing a tie, I put it on after putting on my shoes. I usually put my shoes on before putting on my tie. I don't know why, but I do. But I don't put on a tie every day. I don't have to put on a tie. I don't mind not having to put on a tie for work. I don't mind putting on a tie either. I used to work in a bank, and I had to put on a tie every morning. And when you get in the habit of putting on a tie every day, it comes natural to you. I don't mind putting on a tie. I used to put one on, and I put ties on for years, every morning. But now I don't have to put on a tie. But if I want to, no one's going to stop me. Right? I put on a tie, but I don't put on jewelry. I don't like jewelry. I don't put on jewelry. I don't put on rings or earrings or necklaces. I don't put on gloves, usually. In Canada, when I go home, I have to put on gloves when I go outside because it's very, very cold. On the weekend, I put on more casual clothes. I usually put on jeans and a t-shirt in the morning. When I go to work, I put on pants, not dress pants, but I put on nicer pants, and I put on a button-up shirt with a collar to go to work, to look respectable for work. Yes, but I don't have to put on a tie. Word of the day. All right, it's time for the word of the day. That's right, folks. Our word of the day today is mortal. Uf, qué fuerte, ¿no? Mortal. Deadly. Deadly. Like a deadly disease, or a deadly illness, or a deadly snake, a poisonous snake. A snake that is venenoso, venomous, can be deadly. Snake bites can be deadly. They can kill you. A snake bite can be deadly. A deadly weapon, a weapon that is capable of killing, is a deadly weapon. So that's our word of the day, deadly. Deadly, okay. Very good. Let's move on. All right, time now to move on to part 2 of Class 27. And here we're looking at the verb to make, hacer. And in your student guide, it talks about, and it's drilled on the TV. We practice it on TV in the simple past. Did I make you study yesterday? Yes, you made me study yesterday, for example. But I also want to mention, we will drill it like this. We will practice with this, the pronunciation. Every day I make. Yesterday I made. My brother made, my mother made, everyone made a cake. I made a cake, he made a cake, she made a cake. Okay? But I want to mention the confusion. I have to acknowledge that there's often a confusion between make and do. We'll talk about that more later, but the trick here, folks, is that you do have to remember, you have to memorize. You have to memorize specific cases. Generally speaking, to make something, to make is to fabricate or create something, okay? Implying invention, creation, to make something. Okay? Whereas to do is typically to carry out a procedure or follow a process. Okay? To do something. But there are so many exceptions to make the bed. Haz la cama. Make the bed, we say. We don't say do the bed, we say make it. I'm not creating a bed. So it's an exception, right? We do a job, do a favor, do something, do exercise. But we make the bed. Make a choice, make a list, to make noise, hacer ruido, to make noise. So we have a lot of exceptions, and this will come up. In future classes, we will be reviewing this, we will be practicing this, we will be teaching this, and you will learn it. But it takes effort and it requires memorization. You have to hacer un esfuerzo, to make an effort. You have to make an effort. Did you make an effort yesterday? Yes, I made an effort yesterday. I hope so. So now, focusing on some of these uses of make, we will focus on make today, and focusing some of these possibly difficult, controversial, tricky, well, not controversial, but maybe a little bit difficult ones. I'm going to ask you some questions, so answer me, and we will be practicing in the past. So remember the pronunciation, every day I make, hearing that K sound, every day I make, yesterday I made, did. I live in Madrid, and I made a cake. I live in Madrid, and I made a cake. I like that. Eat that. I live in Madrid, and I made a cake. Good. Okay, so did you make the bed yesterday? Yes, I made the bed yesterday. Did you make a change to the system? Yes, I made a change to the system. Did you make a difficult choice yesterday? Yes, I made a difficult choice yesterday. Did you make a difficult decision? Yes, I made a difficult decision. Did the scientists make an important discovery? Yes, the scientists made an important discovery. Did he make a fortune with his business? Yes, he made a fortune with his business. Did you make arrangements for the wedding? Yes, I made arrangements for the wedding. Did you make a list of everything we needed? Yes, I made a list of everything we needed. Did you make noise last night? Yes, I made noise last night. Did he make a living as a singer? Yes, he made a living as a singer. ¿Cómo ganas la vida? How do you make a living? He made a living as a singer. Did he make a big mistake? Yes, he made a big mistake. He didn't make enough effort. He made a big mistake by not making enough effort. Making enough of an effort, we could say. Did you make a phone call last night? Yes, I made a phone call last night. Did you make a promise to your wife? Yes, I made a promise to my wife. Did you make a request to the radio station? Hello, I'd like to hear The River by Bruce Springsteen. To make a request. Did you make a request to the radio station? Yes, I made a request to the radio station. Very good. Did you make a speech? Yes, I made a speech. Did you make an important announcement last night? Yes, I made an important announcement last night. Do you make an effort every day? Yes, I make an effort every day. Did you make an effort yesterday? Yes, I made an effort yesterday. Did you make an appointment with the dentist? Yes, I made an appointment with the dentist. I made an appointment with the dentist. Did you make preparations for the conference? Yes, I made preparations for the conference. Did you make trouble when you were young? Did you? With the teachers? Did you make trouble when you were young, when you were in school? Did you make trouble? Yes, I made trouble when I was in school. A little bit. Not very much. Did you make an offer for the car? Did you make an offer? Yes, I made an offer. Did you make an excuse for the accident? Did you make an excuse? Oh, it was his fault. Did you make an excuse? Yes, I made an excuse for the accident. Did you make an impression on the boss? Did you make a good impression? Yes, I made a good impression. Yes, I made a good impression. All right, very good. So practicing now the pronunciation here. That was very important. And we went through some examples that some of my students find a little bit difficult. So well done. So if you practice these, if you listen to this, if you go onto the website, vaughaningles.com, you go onto the website, you log in with your membership, you can listen to this class over and over. And I suggest you repeat that section with the questions with the verb to make. And you practice and make sure, asegúrate, to make sure that you are very confident and comfortable understanding those uses of make. And remember that in all those cases we use make, we do not use do for all the cases that I just read. Okay? Let's move on. We will review that next time. We'll review in the next class that concept of make a little bit more. Vocabulary of the day. Yes, it's time now for our vocabulary of the day. The vocabulary of the day. The first word today, evitar. Evitar. To avoid. To avoid. Equilibrar. To balance. Balance. Very good. Un alborotador. A troublemaker. Don't be a troublemaker. Troublemaker. Because he makes trouble. Don't be a troublemaker. Entregar. To deliver. To deliver. Colonizador. Settler. 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 Very good. Colonizador. Settler. All right. All right, very quickly, practicing with the verb to be in the past. Were you here yesterday? No, I wasn't here yesterday. Was I on the radio yesterday? Me, Kyle, was on the radio? Yes, Kyle, you were on the radio today. Was my mother born in Spain? No, your mother wasn't born in Spain. Was my mother born in Canada? Yes, your mother was born in Canada. My mother was born in Canada. Yes, she was. Were you born in Canada? No, Kyle, I wasn't. In voz alta, I wasn't born in Canada. Were you here yesterday? No, I wasn't here yesterday. Was Franco Spanish? Yes, he was Spanish. Was I a teacher 50 years ago? No, you weren't a teacher 50 years ago. Were the Beatles popular in the 60s? Yes, the Beatles were popular in the 60s. Was John Lennon born in Spain? No, John Lennon wasn't born in Spain. Was I born in Canada? Yes, you were born in Canada. Was I here yesterday? Yes, you were here today. Were the last few classes helpful? Yes, the last few classes were helpful. Was chocolate popular in the 1980s? Was chocolate popular in the 1980s? Yes, it was. Yes, chocolate was popular in the 1980s. Folks, we are completely out of time. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out of time, so I'm going to finish. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.